Cancer, diabetes, obesity, hypertension, and asthma are all examples of non-communicable diseases, and sadly, these diseases are the leading cause of death globally. But do they really affect us here in Africa? And are Africans really living with these diseases? Find out here at the African NCD Champions podcast as we share incredible stories of Africans living with non-communicable diseases. My name is Ogweno Stephen and I'll be your host. Let's roll.
As well. All right. Thank you very much for agreeing to be hosted on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and today we're talking about NCDs and COVID-19 and experiences during pandemics and possible lessons that we can learn. But before we begin, give us an introduction to yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And all of that.
Well, my name is Renee Kiguta, and I'm a student as of now. Yeah, and I'm a diabetic. I've been diabetic for 7 years now, since 2015. So it's been like 7 years. Yeah, and it's still a long, weird journey. Let's put it that way.
Interesting. So how did you discover that you had diabetes, and then what's the story?
So no one in my family has diabetes, like from the beginning. So
like from all the way back, the great grandfathers.
Yes, no one from my mom's side, from my dad's side. So I was in class 7, and then I just started getting tired, just randomly, and always peeing. I was so thin, like I could drink water, nothing is happening, all that stuff. And then one day, it was on a Wednesday actually, I was in school, and then I went home, and then I told my mom, like, I can't go to school. And she was like, why? I just can't. She was like, oh, maybe it's a flu you have, let's go just check. And then she had an appointment like in town to make her hair, so he's like, let's go first, we check you out, since it's just like a free day, and then we come back, we check. So we went. I was thin. Even she took pictures of me. She was so concerned. See what there's a previous man who said, like, when you touch your skin, it's dry. My skin was dry. So think kama after I absorb, yani
it was
dry. So my mom is taking pictures and she's so concerned. Then the next day we go, she was like, let's go to this clinic too, and then we see how we can help your flu, because she already saw it's just a flu. And then so we're there, and the doctors are like, madam, your daughter needs to go get admitted right now. See, now my mom is shocked. I think this impacted my mom way worse than me. I had to be strong for her, even though it's me who was the condition, because I'm her only child, you know. So it's like I had to get admitted. My glucometer, the units are not, it's high, it's reading high. You know, after 30, it's now high. So I had a lot of sugar in my body. So I had to be admitted. My mom was so stressed. There was a time like we were in a room too. We were told by the doctors we just go into, and then like she broke down crying, and I'm like, Mom, relax. And then it's like, wait, why am I comforting you? And I'm the one who's...
She should be the one doing the comforting.
But I didn't blame her, I understood. And then there's a time I broke down because I thought I was going to die, because you've never seen anything. My whole family is healthy, from my grandma. My grandma hasn't gone to hospital since 1997. So everyone is healthy. And then me, it's like I've come with another curse, let's put it that way. So everyone is saying like, okay, is this a curse? You loved sugar, and I hated sugar. I hated sugar with all of my heart. So that's let's say it's a myth.
It's a controversy.
Yeah, that eat a lot of sugar, then you're diabetic. I started loving sugar after.
After diagnosis.
Yes, because you can't find me eating cake with icing or ice cream or sugar. Nah, just no. So afterwards, it's like, yeah, I love sugar even though I'm a diabetic person. So yeah, it's been a bumpy ride from 2015. I've been admitted a lot of times. Went to high school, still a lot of admissions and getting sick. So I think that's being a diabetic. Sometimes I feel like a burden. You see, like the medication, there's an organization called DMI. It's called DMI. I don't know if it's still running, but they used to give us free medicine. But then when COVID hit, they
stopped.
They cut everything. So you see now stress on my mom, like you.
Yeah, he has to take care of the medication now.
And then earlier on 2021, I changed medication, which was way more expensive, way more. It's a different level of medicine. So my family, my parents. So sometimes I feel like I'm a huge burden. That's why I think even the mental health aspect of it comes in, because like, okay, you feel like I don't want to disturb these people, but who am I going to ask for help? Like, and if I try to rely on myself, you can't. No one is an island, so you can't.
You have to still ask for help.
Yes,
either way.
So that's
okay.
Yeah.
That was an interesting sort of experience. It's called the How You Discovered. During COVID-19, how was it like? Like during the pandemic, what are the new stresses that came with managing your condition inside of a pandemic?
So, I was in Form 4 actually when it hit. Everyone knew. I never hide my condition. Like I'm diabetic. Yeah, I am diabetic. Yeah, so I can't hide it. So everyone in my school knew, and we were like 3 girls. One died after she finished Form 4, so it was so sad. And then everyone was like, "You're next." I'm like, "Please shut up." You see that pressure. So one died, and I was left because they were all. I was in Form 2, and then they were in Form 3, Form 4. You see, so after they finished, one died. The other one but I think the other one, she's okay right now. So when I was in school, everyone knew I was diabetic. So it's the fear of like, oh my God, like if you get COVID, you'll die soon. And if my school nurse, she was really sweet to me, because anytime she could find a way, like, here, I brought you some lemon and honey and drink this before class, or do this, or come, you steam your face before class. Like, you see, she took care of me. Even my principal, like, she advised my mom to bring me vitamins, the omega-3 capsules. Like, it was okay while in school. And then when I came home, I think that's where my mental health just crashed, because I was just in a weird headspace, like, okay, what now? If I contract this, I'm going to get sick. My mom, I'm a burden. Everyone is tired. I'm just. You see that thought, and then also the thought of diabetic people. Mostly we're seen as weak. It's true. Like people think we are weak or we are disabled. So the fear of, will I even do any, even now still, it's crippling. Like, will I get hired to do like any job, no matter how small or big? People will see me like as a weakness, or what can I do, or I'll get a hypoglycemia when the sugars are low, and then they'll just see me as a burden. You see that mental space. But during COVID, it was bittersweet. It was okay at some point.
Okay, at school, when you came home, different experience.
They still took care of me at home because they're my family. But
still,
yeah,
I see. All right. So what would you say has been the biggest learning that you've had as someone who lives with diabetes, especially during a pandemic? Like, what did you learn about how to take care of yourself, for example, or how to manage your condition when you are closed off? And then, so what did you learn? Also, what would you share to like other people to learn about the diabetes and its occurrences during a pandemic and how to take care of people during those times?
Well, what I can say is you need to put yourself first, always, because people will think you're selfish for having a different diet, because people will be like, why are you getting this? Why not us? Why are you special? Why are you eating a certain way? Why are you avoiding? So you need to like put yourself first, because people will judge you. If you show a slight like manner or your lifestyle, like how you live, people will think like why you see there. So just avoid that. Put yourself first, because it's your health, and it will be challenging a lot, but put yourself first, because that's your health. Even though sometimes you might feel like you're not even supposed to be in this earth, you're still needed, because you still wake up every single, so your purpose is not yet, you're not done for until God decides you're done.
Still have things to do.
Yeah. So put yourself and your health first, and being compassionate towards other people, and try not to get angry at people when they judge you. Just try to understand that you're not in the same thinking space. So just have compassion and try to understand that not everyone is the same, and since you have a condition or you have something different about you, you will be judged and you will be treated a certain way. You'll lose people, a lot of people will start thinking differently. You don't worry about that. Everything happens for a reason. So don't think you're different in a negative way. So yeah.
All right, it's interesting you say that. Expect that the criticism will be there.
A lot.
And if you expect it, then it's much easier to manage if you know that it will actually be there.
Yeah.
And also that, I guess, learn to make yourself a priority.
You have to.
So you make yourself a priority, you expect the criticism will be there, but also sort of find ways to have purpose, like, and have meaning, so that then you don't have like suicidal thoughts or thinking that you don't have value.
But yeah, because it will come a lot of times. Yeah.
You feel like you don't have it, and that you need to go. All right, interesting. So, last question.
Yes.
Do you think we are ready, as a people, as a country, do you think we are ready to, say, take care of diabetes, for example, if we had another pandemic? Do you think that we've learned from COVID-19 generally, and that we can perhaps do things better?
Honestly, I can say yes and no. I say yes because even though it was a pandemic, yes, we were focusing on COVID-19, but I saw different people with different conditions and how can I put it, how they live. The doctors and anyone in the health department tried their best to save they tried to save lives, and they haven't fully, but tried to understand how. For example, me personally, the doctors knew I'm a diabetic, so they gave me advice on how to control my sugars or how to take care of myself so that the COVID doesn't, if it affects me, I take care of myself.
Seriously.
Yes. But I say no also because people were so still, the majority were ignorant. Like you don't know, you're just focusing on COVID, like there's other things. So like don't try to separate. I know there are different things, but don't try to separate them as much. Like try and
bring them
together, because one will affect the other. If I'm diabetic and I get COVID, it will affect my immunity yours. See, so like try to
find ways of bringing them together.
Yes.
I think also the thing you say is about getting people to understand that these conditions are there, and sort of solving the ignorance conversation with education and awareness.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Closing remarks. Any closing remarks?
Still on the same, like put yourself first. Don't worry about people or they'll think you're selfish, because you'll feel bad. Obviously you'll feel bad, like why are you doing this? Why do you think you're special? And then you wonder like, okay, why am I even on this earth? Why am I even existing? So just try and find a balance. You don't have to be perfect, but just try and understand yourself. Then try and work with that. Not everyone is perfect. Don't worry about what other people are thinking.
All right. Yeah. And with that, I guess thank you very much for coming on the podcast. I think it's a very good way to end it. That at the end of the day, you are the most important person. So try focus on that. And ensuring that your needs are met.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you much for agreeing to come. We'll see you on the next one.
Yes.
Hopefully, when we have a next one and we call that, you'll be able to turn up.
I will.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now that was incredible. Thank you for listening in. Share this with your networks and follow us on all social media at Storylink and at NCD Champions. See you on the next one.